Hey there, ADB024. Aaron here in southern Russia on the Black Sea, Sochi. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you can please do so. What I want to do is a little series on housing in Russia. I'm right now on top of one of these old Soviet housing complexes. What happened now during the collapse of the Soviet Union. This is interesting because what would you do to get rid of all the government-owned housing? What happened was the people that were living in these certain Section 8 homes or socialist homes, government homes, would then, during the collapse, because the government couldn't provide that any longer, right? So they would apply for ownership of that apartment complex, home, whatever, and pay some fees, and then it would be granted to them. And then there they have it. They have their own home. They have a home. A lot of the homes here, right in this town, these ugly-looking outside-looking, ugly-looking outside buildings. I mean, they got a price tag of $150,000 to $200,000 for one of these condos. So there you have it. Now everyone was pretty much given a home and outright owned it. Nobody has a home loan. Now that the collapse has been going on, you know, it's been near 20 years or whatever. Yeah, now you have people that have sold their homes and then, you know, wanted in something better. Like if you look at that, that's a nice new complex there, and if you can imagine, I'm sure one level of that is all one condo. I mean, that's some nice living there, and right there, that probably has a view of the ocean and all that. Over here, you have another housing complex being built, and so what people are doing are selling their old Soviet housing and then getting into these newer condos, and then probably then they have to use some credit, a little bit of credit, and to get a home loan and be able to buy these new condos and such. So it's real interesting, all of this wealth that was just instilled into the people during the collapse. I don't know if they look at it that way, but if you could imagine in America, if we suddenly got rid of all of the government housing, you know, how would you do it? I mean, you could put it up for sale and have lots of private companies come in and buy it. Or would you do something like what the Soviet Union did and just let the people that are living in it apply for it and have outright ownership? I don't know. America's in more of a mess even than the Soviet Union. I mean, it's bad. Right, now let's look at, you know, outside appearance. Of course, the government didn't care how it looked. They're just trying to do their job and give the people housing that they promised, you know. So, interesting thing, I thought it was interesting when I first got here was, notice outside the windows there, the clothes hanging on the windows. You know, that's, how people are drying their clothes, and it's no big thing. It's no big deal to just have your clothes hanging outside like that because it's socially accepted. It's no big deal, and it's not even that they can't have dryers. It's just the way you do it here. And not only that, they feel clothing will last longer even if you do hand wash it. And they do have washers too, but they like to even hand wash it and then hang it to dry it so that the machines don't tear up the clothing, and the fabric will last longer. So it's just care of the clothing. And you know, look, everyone's got satellites now, everyone's getting air conditioning, so everyone's getting satellite TV now, and everyone's getting air conditioning. You know, it's just things that we've seen in America, just capitalist necessities, I guess. But another thing I noticed that was just weird was the television antennas on top of these structures. If you look here, the television antennas are everywhere, and that came during the collapse of socialism here. And they did have one antenna for each little complex, but then it got broke. Government couldn't provide it anymore, and a lot of instances it got stolen, the wires got cut, you name it. So everyone pretty much had to go out and get their own antenna. And then even people who were sharing, they couldn't share no longer just because of so everyone turned their back to each other and got their own antenna. People were stealing antennas from other people during the collapse, the perestroika. So interesting thing that happened during economic collapse here.